Hello guys, hello everyone. Hello, people are there or not? Guys, please spam in the chat box. Please tell me that are you there or not? Good evening, Yash, good evening, Ruhi. Hi. So guys, am I audible clearly? Guys, am I audible clearly? Good evening. Hello everyone. How are you all? Please tell me in the chat box that are you excited for the as we are starting with the Java Programming Essential Bootcamp and our trainer will be Ayush sir. Clear and out. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm Anam from Let's Upgrade and hello. Thank you. So guys, let me share my screen. And I will tell you like how to mark your attendance as you will get the. So I am also good, guys. You will be getting certificate on the end of this boot camp. That is on day 3. The certificate is valid and from NSDC, LetsUpgrade, and ITM. I'm also good. So wait, let me share my screen first. Guys, I hope my screen is visible. Guys, give me thumbs up in the chat box that is my screen visible. Hi, Ramesh. Guys, yes. Thank you. So, yeah. So, guys, here in the description box, here we all can see one link. You have to click on it. And first of all, you have to enroll yourself. You have to enroll in the Java Programming Essential Bootcamp to mark your attendance and get your certificate. So, here, yeah, wait, let me enroll. Yeah. So I have enrolled myself. Now here I can see the mark attendance option. You all can see the mark attendance option in this schedule part. So you have to click on this toggle. You have to recommend this session, like recommend it to your friends, family, whoever is doing coding, whoever wants to do coding and all. Like please do share it and how much you like it, how much you feel this session. You can give the rate according to yourself. I will give 10 on 10. And we also have paid programs and course like we have Java DSA and full stack web development program. If you are interested, if any, you can click on it. And if you have any improvement for us, you are free to give. I will give nothing for now, and then you have to submit your attendance. Like after submitting the assignment, you have to reload the page. So here you can see the progress bar. It will get increased as you mark your attendance day by day and submit the assignment. I hope I'm audible. Yeah. So like this, you have to submit your attendance, and you can see the progress bar. It will increase. If you have 50% above the progress bar, you will get to generate the certificate on the end of this boot camp after 7:30 p.m. And we'll be doing project along with the sir. And if you have any doubt, anything you want to learn, you can ask sir. You all are free. Also, we have Java DSA program which is for 5,900 only. You can see this, go to this link and see our website. You can we have but we take 3 mock interviews, and it's for 3 months. We give place. We try to give placement within 180 days. And also we have amazing trainers there. The batch will start from 30th June. And also we do have newly launched B.Tech program. The campus is in Kharghar. It's an offline course. It's for 4 years. And the campus is amazing. It's 3D full, like gaming room and all. You will please go through this. So if you refer him, you will get 80,000 on MacBook Air M1. Now it's if you it's up to you. If you are lucky enough, you will get it. Like if you recommend it, refer it. Sorry. Yeah. So guys, all this was from my side, and you have to submit your assignment on day 2 and day 3. You will be getting your assignment from sir's side on day 2 and day 3. There is no assignment for day 1, as we learn basics. And remember guys, for generating a certificate, you must be having 50% and above the progress bar. So let me introduce you all to the sir. Hello sir. Hello, good evening.
Hello everyone.
Yeah.
I hope I'm audible, right?
Sir, your voice is little bit low. Can you increase
Uh,
it?
okay. Yeah. So am I audible now? Hello.
Yeah, sir. Guys, please give the confirmation in the chat box that is sir audible clearly to you
Am I
all.
audible? Hello Ritik. Hello. Good evening. Good evening to all. Am I audible? Just confirm in the chat box.
Yes. Please, guys, do share this boot camp. Please let your friends know about Let's Upgrade. We give free certificate, and it's a free boot camp. Please do like, share, and please subscribe our channel. Till then, enjoy with sir and have an amazing time. I will leave now. Okay, sir, you're audible. So I'm leaving, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Okay. Okay. Bye. Bye now. Thanks. Okay. So hello everyone. How you all? I hope you all doing well. Right. So just confirm again in the chat box if I'm audible and visible as well. Just confirm in the chat box once. Hello. Okay. ठीक है, ठीक है. That's great. So how are you all doing? And okay, so can you just give a simple intro, like which year you're in, like you are a fresher or you are in college or out of the college? Just confirm in the chat box. You can write in the chat box. Okay. So let's have just a simple one-to-one session, right? Just for the 5 minutes. Okay. So you already saw this. I'll share my screen. Okay. Okay, so I'll tell you what we are going to do today. Okay, so it's a simple 3 days boot camp. Okay, we'll be learning a lot. Okay, so RN is in second year, second completed. Okay, it's passed out. Okay, pressure. You're posting. That's very nice. Okay, so I'll share my screen. Just confirm in the chat box when screen is visible. Okay, same as Aryan, you have also just completed third year, completed graduation, final year. Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, so okay, just give me a second. Okay, so this is simple 3 days boot camp, right? I hope you already know, and we'll be learning basics of Java. Okay, obviously we are going to make a simple project. Okay, based on this simple TSA, you can say, right? Okay, cool. So I'll see my screen. Just confirm in the chat box when it's visible, right? Okay, so I'll just say my screen. Okay, and yeah, so see, you already know about this boot camp, what we're going to do, and just make sure how you have to mark the attendance, right? I'll tell you this thing again. You already saw that. Okay, that's great. Okay, so first year complete. That's very nice. Okay. Okay, so moderator, if you're here, can you please share the screen? Okay, I have shared the screen. Just please allow me to share the screen on the stream. Okay, so okay, great, yeah. Okay, so just confirm in the chat box, right? Once my screen is visible. Okay, apart from the video. Is it? Okay, I'll share the screen again. Yeah, see, remember to mark your attendance, right? I'll tell you that thing again, right? Don't worry. Although you have already saw that part. Okay, so we'll be directly jumping on the today's topic, right? And I'll tell you all the part in between. Okay, don't worry. So you have to be at least, that progress bar should be at least 50%, right? Including your attendance. Yeah, actually, see, I have to save my screen. I have to get the access first, right? Okay, just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. Yeah, so you already know about this, right? This boot camp. I'll tell you how you have to. Okay, mark the attendance. You already saw that. Make sure your progress bar is 50% to get the certificate. Okay, and you're sharing this boot camp with your friends as well, you have to first enroll, okay, to get the certificate, right? Otherwise you'll not able to mark the attendance, right? That's how this thing works. uh Wait, my screen is not okay. It's now shared, right? Okay, it's shared. So I hope you already got this point. I'll tell you again afterwards. Okay, so in just a quick recap, you have this refer option where you can refer this boot camp and this particular topics, right? What we're going to see to their friends, so you can get the LU coins from there, right? Even you can share this programs as well. Okay. So you're going to see these all things. Remember this point, this progress bar should be at least 50% to get the certificate, right? That's the constant, okay, to get the certificate. And here you can mark your attendance, right? I hope you got this point. Okay, just let's start with this. Just confirm in the chat box once the screen is visible. Is my screen visible? You can see this whiteboard. Can you please confirm? In the chat box, can you guys please confirm? Oh, no, no, you had to mark attendance in the starting, right? Okay, yeah, okay, Deepak will be starting, okay, soon. So I hope you are able to see the screen, right? I hope you're able to see the screen. And so this is the first day. This is the basics of Java. Okay, so I'll be telling you what is this Java, the history of Java. Okay, so there are a few points we are going to see, right? So there are simple few points which you have to see. It is history of the Java, how this Java was developed and how it was evolved, right, with this particular thing. Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks. So screen is visible. That's perfect. Okay. Any doubts in between if you have, right, you can ask. Okay. At the same point, don't wait for completing that topic. You can ask in between as well. Okay. Just mark this point. Okay. So in this 3 days, whatever we're going to learn, just ask the doubts as much you can, right? Don't afraid to ask doubts or any questions. Okay, make sure you're freely asking questions. So you're going to see the history of Java and obviously the basics, or you can say the syntax, how this Java program works. And afterwards you're going to see the complete installation, because there is, in particular in Java, the installation part is a bit different other than other languages. Okay, so that's not hard. You're going to see in a very simple way. Okay, so installation obviously will include the JDK, which you can easily use this JDK, have this JDK into your system, run Java programs. Even you can build the web apps, right? If you're using any IDE for this Java. Okay, that's also going to work. And at the same time, you're going to use VS Code. Okay, so those who already know what is this VS Code, anyone knows about this VS Code? Just comment in the chat box. Do you guys know about the VS Code? Any idea about the VS Code or JDK? Anyone in the chat box? Just write in the chat box if you know about the JDK or VS Code, right? So we are going to use this particular terms, right? So JDK is just for running the Java programs. Okay, we are going to see what is this. And one more thing is in here. Okay. Afterwards, we are going to see about the variables. Okay, so this much topic I'm writing, I'm going to do the same, okay, every day, because this is important. What we are going to see, that's we have to at least get a overview, right, in the starting. So this much topic we're going to cover: variables and data types. Okay, and simple, you can say, obviously the first program of the Java, which is kind of special, right, for everyone. I mean, those who are just starting this Java. So anyone knows about this Java? What is this Java? Okay, so you know about the VS Code. Yeah, it is a text editor, right? It is a text editor. So this is quite easy, user friendly. That's why I'm using this VS Code. You can use any editor, right? You can use any IDE for that. So either you can use VS Code, you can use this Eclipse, you can use IntelliJ IDEA. It's up to you, right? It's up to you what you're going to use. IntelliJ also you can use, but it's not user friendly for the beginners, right? It's not user friendly for the beginners. That's why we're sticking to VS Code. That's the reason. Okay. Okay, Saitij, I hope you got the point. Because IntelliJ is not just for the beginners. If you are starting with the Java, it's easy to use VS Code, right? See, you can use IntelliJ as well. That's nothing different. Okay, every step is going to be same. We are going to create that program from the scratch. Don't worry, right? Even if you are using IntelliJ, there will not be any problem. Okay, so this much topic we are going to cover today, right? The variables and the basics. So let's start with the history part. Anyone knows about the history of the Java, when it was introduced, at on which year, or like who was the founder? Anything about the Java? Anyone knows? Can I see in the chat box? Replit also can be used for the Java. Obviously, we have some online compilers as well. Okay, so this topic actually, see, we are going to see all those things. So we have this online compilers as well, which you can use. Okay, frequently you can use this if you are simply working with the DSA. But when you're going to work and create the apps using Java, online compiler will not work. Okay, so no idea about the Java? Anyone? Exactly. JDK is a development kit for running Java programs. Exactly, exactly. So we'll see that thing in depth. Okay, it's not only the development kit for running the Java programs. We have some more points. Okay, related to the JDK, right? So online compilers, there are many. There is JDoodle you can use, or you can use Replit. Right. This is two online compilers you can prefer. Right now we are going to stick with the VS Code and JDK. Right. So tell me this point. Anyone have any idea about the Java? Okay, exactly right, James. James Gosling was the founder of the Java, right? In 1995. Okay, that's correct. James Gosling, and now acquired by the Oracle. Exactly right. That's totally correct. So now it is acquired by the Oracle. But in the starting, we'll see all those things. Okay. See, that is a different part. Case sensitive languages, obviously. Uh, it is OOPS based, so it should be case sensitive. Okay, we are going to see all those points. So it's good, right? You already know about Java, and I guess the basic parts. Right? Sun Microsystem, exactly. See, that's totally correct, right? So Sun Microsystems created this Java, and obviously the main lead was James Gosling and the team. Okay, so he didn't develop this Java like on alone, right? He obviously had the team, right? So let's directly start with this. Okay, let's not waste much time. So if I talk about the history, right? So this is simple. Java was okay. I'll write point wise. Okay, so why I'm writing point wise, because it will be like quite easy to even grasp this, and afterwards you can just revise it quickly, right? Yeah, exactly correct. That's James Gosling was has developed the Java, right, in early 1990s. Okay, so 1995 it's not totally correct, but you can say that. Okay, it's in 1995 because there was pretty much conflicts in the date, the exact date. So we don't know about that exact year or something, but you can say early 1990s or mid 1990s, right? That's you can use as well. Okay. So in the what I'll start with Java, it was developed by James Gosling, right? You guys already told in chat box. That's totally correct. I'll say and team, right? Because he was not only one, right, who had developed this Java. And he was actually working for the Sun Microsystems, right? Right. So he actually owned that time. He had some of obviously the assets and equity of the Sun Microsystems at that time. So they have been working on this language. They created it with their team. So it was actually Sun Microsystems, right, in the starting. Even if you heard the books they have, right, which was obviously the official book, you can say, right, just like a documentation. Because in early 1990s, not many people have the access to the internet, right? That's why we are firstly they have read through the books only, right? So they have this proper their like own official, you can say, book of the Java as well, right? They have the proper documentation as well by the Sun Microsystems. Okay, if anyone have seen that, right? And okay, so this was just a simple part, and actually it was first named as Oak because obviously some of the reasons, right, they had. So yeah, James Gosling is the founder, exactly. Okay, hello Ram. I guess you joined a bit late, but don't worry, we haven't started with the topic yet. Okay, we are simply seeing the history. Okay, so in here we have simply it was named as Oak. Okay, it was named after the oak tree. So after actually some reasons, okay, some particular reasons, it was changed to, because see, when it was named as Oak, it was designed for some electronics purpose, right? And then afterwards, it's changed to the Java, right? Because it is changed to the general purpose language. At that time, it was started. It was just for the electronic purpose use. Okay, just for the circuits and all those things. That's why electronics and circuits, right? That's why it was named as Oak. Okay, when they was developed afterwards. And okay, one more thing. In here, we have to write that time as well, right? Around, I'll say, because this is mid 1990s, right? Which means it was around mid 1990s where it was developed. Okay, and after the Oak, it was changed to Java, right? It was changed to Java afterwards. Okay, it was starting. It was named as Oak, right? And see, how it gained the popularity, right? So there's particular terms. Okay, we are going to see all of it. Okay, in general, we are not going to see oops. Okay, because it will take a lot of time. Right now, we are going to stick with the basics. Okay, so can anyone tell me what is the future of Java? Right now, this much is only history, right? You don't have to worry about afterwards. As you guys already told me, Sun Microsystem is acquired by Oracle, right? Which means now Java is accessed and managed by Oracle. Okay, so now it is managed by Oracle. This is also I got in the chat box as well, right? So I hope you already know about the Java as well, right? So it is now managed by the Oracle. Okay, that's how it is being evolved, and this is kind of open source, right? When they change it. Okay. Okay, so this oops is one of the feature. Any other feature? Can you guys tell me in the chat box? Multi-threaded exactly. Okay, so you're getting in depth. We don't have to go inside that multi-threading part right now. But yeah, exactly. That's multi-threading language. It supports object-oriented. That's totally correct. Any other feature? It have any other feature? Simple and secure. That's totally correct. Secure is also in the case of Java. Exactly, Mary. That's totally correct because yeah, Aryan, that's totally correct. That's I wanted to see. That's open source as well, and at the same time, it's platform independent, right? Which means it can be written anywhere and run anywhere, right? Which means if you're writing this code into my, let's suppose in my system, you can run it in your system as well, right? With the help of JVM, obviously. You're going to see that part. Okay. So that's obviously the basic parts. And the feature, if I talk about, you guys already wrote all the points, right? That's very nice. So features, I'll say it is oops based. Okay. And other feature is, that's quite simple. Other feature, what could I write in here? Exactly, that's robust language, right? So you cannot directly say it is like a feature, but in technical terms, it is OOP based, object oriented based. We are going to see what is object oriented. Okay, so your guys writing is platform independent. Can anyone tell me how this Java is platform independent? Exactly, that's compatibility and longevity, right? We have Java language and the code it generates, it's scalable. Okay, you can write it anywhere, you can run it anywhere, you can even scale it, which means afterwards you can update the code very easily, right? It will run in any system, no conflicts will happen, right? Why this is platform independent? Why Java is platform independent? There should be a reason, right? Do you guys know about this? Okay, so features I'll write. So this is platform independent. Simple. There are few points. Okay, there are few points which you have to stick with because this is quite important in terms of interview, and obviously in learning any language you should know the basics, the fundamental, right? This is actually asked in the interviews, right? Even in the product based companies, if you know this type of questions, which is obviously the basic questions, this could be asked. Okay, according to my experience which I have, this type of questions also asked, right, in the interviews. Okay, that's totally correct. And it is platform independent. Okay, and at the same time, what it is written like this. Okay, so Bora means write once, written write anywhere, right? Like this, run anywhere, like that. Okay, there is proper full form for this. So write once, run anywhere, right? That's how it is working. And in here, see, one more feature we have written, right, like robust language, because we have proper security which is there, right? Obviously the authentication part, and when we were learning, right? So it uses a virtual machine compiled to bytecode. Exactly, that's totally correct. Okay, so Aaron, that's totally correct. Regarding the platform independent, why it is platform independent? Because it uses the bytecode, right? It converts the program into the bytecode, then it converts into the normal machine language, okay, machine level language, right? Obviously with the help of JVM, right? So this much part for the features. I'll not see. We have a lot of features. Okay. Right now we have to stick with the basics. So just you can, because oops will cover all the points. Okay. Platform independent, robust oops will going to cover all of those things. So don't worry about that. And this much feature you can write. Okay. So this much features we have in the Java. So this 3 points we have to stick with: robust, platform independent, and oops. Okay, I hope you got the point. So we are going to see this part. Okay, generally we are going to see this part. This is quite important. I'll just mark it as a star, which is more important. Obviously, this oops is also important at the same time. But we are going to stick with this. Okay, how it is platform independent, all those things, right? And okay, so there are few points we have to see. Before that, I'll tell you the installation part. Okay, how the installation is going to work. We're not going to going much deep. Okay, so we are going to start with a simple first program in Java, right? So don't worry about this. So installation part, we have to see. First, we are going to install JDK. Okay, then we are going to set up the JDK. That's the basic step. And again, it is simple. You have to just go according to the what I am going to tell, right? That's step by step. Nothing is complex in here. Okay. If you're obviously right now we are not going into the advanced Java, which is the Spring Boot, the dependencies are and all those things are bit complex than normal JDK, right? Where you have to simply run this standalone programs. Okay. So what I can say, right now we are going to work with the standalone programs, which means we are writing this program running on this system, which doesn't change into the web browser or anything, right? This is a simple standalone program works on the client side, right? Like this. So how it is secure? See, secure in terms of it is providing the authorization and all those features, right, which is there in the dependencies. Okay, so it provides lot of libraries, it contains the packages in which we have lot of features, right, functions which we can use to provide the security, right, Mangal. And now we have this whenever software developed, you don't exactly, we don't have to worry about the OS part, right? So in here we have to simply set up the JDK, and afterwards we are going to install the VS Code. Okay, this part. So this is also easy. I'll tell you just a simple step you have to follow. First, for the JDK, just go on the site, search for JDK, and just type Oracle. You'll see the first link. Okay, so if you can see on the link, we have the first part, download Oracle India. Click on this one. Okay, this is quite simple. Nothing complex in here. Okay, so you have to first install the JDK. Okay, afterwards we are going to install the VS Code, right? So in here we have Oracle, and so you can just install the go for the Java 17, the 17, or you can go for the Java 20 as well, right? It's up to you. Because what I prefer in the starting, you can go with the Java 17 if you want, or you can just install this one. Okay, so we have for every operating system we have this JDK. For the Linux user, I'll suggest you guys to use Debian package. If you are the Linux user, just click on this link, because right now I'm in the Windows, I cannot do this. Okay, I have already installed it, but I will tell you the step. So for the Linux user, just go for Debian package, right? This is the preferred thing, because here you can easily use that command to get the JDK installed at your system. No in one variables need to be set right in this case. So just follow this Debian package if you are in the Linux user. Okay. And for the Mac OS, again, you can use this DMG installer, or you can use ARM64 DMG installer. Okay, for the Mac, again, I'm not on the Mac, but this is preferred. Okay, you can easily set up this JDK. That's why. For the Windows, we have to just go for the MSI installer, the last part, which is 158 MB. Just click on this link. It will download the JDK. You have to simply run on it. Okay, it will ask for the next. By default, it is going to be stored. Screen is paused. Shouldn't be. I'm on the Oracle, right? I'm on the Oracle. Are you not able to see the screen, guys? Can please confirm? Are you not able to see the screen? Okay. So we are on the Oracle page, right? It's still lagging. I mean, my voice is clear, right? I'm audible. Am I audible, guys? Can you please confirm in the chat box? Okay, it's fine, right? It's fine. Thank you. So see, Adit, see, you have, obviously there is advanced topics, right? You have to just enroll in the DSA bootcamp, which is for the 3 to 4 months. There you have all the topics, because basics it cannot be covered in this 3 days bootcamp, right? So I hope you got the point. Linux, Mac OS, Windows. You have 3 options. You can go for the points I have told. Just go for the MSI installer for the Windows. Mac OS, go for the DMG. Linux, you can go for the RPM package. Okay, that's how you can, it's going to work, right? And now after installing it, you have to simply execute that exe file, right, whatever you're going to install, and simply set, by default it will be like C folder. Just let it be C folder, and it will automatically set the environment variables. Again, if it's not there in the environment variables, we have to set the path. Okay, that we have to do if it's not working. That step is also simple. Afterwards, just go for the VS Code. Let's not waste much time in here. Okay, the search for the VS Code. See, there is a Microsoft Visual Studio. Okay, and there is a VS Code. That both are different. Don't confuse with it. Start search for this VS Code on the Google. Simple. And click on this first link. You'll get the option for the Windows in the starting. You can select this icon, get it for any operating system. Right. This is quite simple for the VS Code. You don't have to do anything. in more reverse thing, okay, in the VS Code. We don't have to worry about anything. Okay. Now we have, okay, I hope you got the point, right? I got the point. Just install the JDK and you're good to go. Okay. So right now what we have to do after the installation part, we have to first set up the all the things. Okay. So once it's already done, you have to simply run the program. Okay. So before that, you have to see few downs and you're going to start the program. So I hope you got the point for the VS Code. Okay. Then the Oracle, install the JDK. Okay. Then afterwards you can go for the VS Code. Okay. Video is crashing. Okay. So let me check the internet, right? Okay. Just confirm now. That video is crashing. Okay. I mean, am I audible or not? Just confirm. I'm audible or not? Yep. My internet is working fine, I guess. What's the issue? Okay. I guess it's working fine. Okay. Audible, no? Okay. ठीक है. So it might be lagging a little bit, right? Just because of stream. Could not understand the downloading part. See, that's quite easy. You have to install the JDK first, right? You have to install the JDK first. Then you have to go for the operating system we have, like Windows, Mac, or Linux. Then install the VS Code. Simple, nothing different. Okay, maybe it's have like bit lagging. Okay, don't worry about it. Just follow the steps, right? I'll write in here. Don't worry. Okay, if you're not clear with this, I'll write the steps. Don't worry. Okay, so we have this JDK. You have to just go on the site, search for JDK. Okay. This is quite easy. Okay, don't confuse. Search for JDK, select your operating system, whatever you have. Install that. Simple. You don't have to do anything. You just click on next, that exe file. It will install and automatically set the environment variables. Right? If you are going in the C folder. And for the same VS Code, search for this VS Code. This is quite easy. Search for VS Code, select your operating system. Again, the same step. See, this step is kind of same. Okay. Select the operating system, install it, and it will work right, directly. I'll show you how you are going to write the program. Okay, which version of JDK? JDK 20, right? You can install JDK 20. That's what we have. Okay, so we can go for the JDK 20. For the JDK, you can go for the 20. Okay, I'll write in here. JDK 20. Okay, that's the advanced, that's latest version. Okay, so you can go for the JDK 20, and I hope you got the point. Any issues? MSI, exactly. Ayush, you have to go for the MSI. Just go for the MSI if you're a Windows user. It will be easy. Okay. See, so Java gained the popularity just because of this platform independent, right? That's why Java is so famous and it's being used in the industries from long time, right? So just go for the MSI part and see the features. We have some OOPS concept we are going to see afterwards. Simple syntax we have. Okay, it's sensitive that you already told me. Okay, it's downloaded. That's perfect. We are going to see. Okay, we are going to create the first program. Don't worry, right? So see, few points we have to see is I'll write in here, which is JVM. You have to understand what is the JVM, right? Then we're going to create the program, right? So this is simple the virtual machine, right, which you know. So this is only responsible for running the bytecode, okay, which converts into the machine language, because Java virtual machine will be like inside the JRE, which is obviously inside the JDK. Okay, this is a simple part of your compiler, right, which you are installing with the JDK. So it will be like simple key component for the platform independence. So it runs actually the, like it will be like kind of interpreter which runs your bytecode. Okay, so that's only you should know right now. So it runs the bytecode, acts you can say as interpreter. Simple, right? So this simply runs the bytecode, acts as an interpreter, and you can run your code, right, with the help of this JVM, right? And then we have this JRE. Okay, so few terms we have to see only. don't worry. So this is Java runtime environment. I hope you already know about this. So this is Java runtime environment, okay, which means it consists of this JDK and all this JVM right at the same time. So it is a simple software package which includes the JDA, this JVM. Okay. So in general, we are not even using this JVM and JRE. JDK will contain all of things. Okay. Everything is going to be contained. So JDK is just like a Java development kit which contains all this JVM and JRE, right? Simple. So bytecode, what we are talking about, this bytecode is the code which converted by the simple compiler, which converts that source code into the bytecode. Bytecode will again convert into the normal machine language, right? That's how this program runs. That's why it is platform independent, right? I hope you got the point. Any doubt in here? Any doubt in here? See, I'll tell you. Actually two step it is there, right? So whenever you are writing the code, okay, let's suppose you have written the code, simple, it gets converted by the compiler. It will be converted into the bytecode. Okay, it will be converted into the bytecode, and afterwards JVL will work and it will convert into the low level language. Okay, or you can say the machine language, which is obviously the binary format. Okay, that's how. So in here, the simple code is going to be converted into the bytecode. Then afterwards, it is going to convert this into the simple machine language, right? So it uses JVM. JVM converts this. JVM handles the bytecode. Okay. So for interpreting or compiling bytecode, we have JVM. For each operating system, we have different JVM. Even for different operating systems in the same operating system. Okay. Let's suppose if I'm writing the code in my system, I'll have a JVM to run this bytecode. You'll have a JVM. Okay. Maybe of different version, but still run the bytecode. Okay. That's how it is being used. So this is the process. Okay, how the code runs. This is a simple high level architecture. Okay, this is the process how the code works. Okay, so I hope you got the point. I hope this thing is clear, right? Everyone have installed this JDK. We are going to run with a simple program. Okay, we are going to see how simple basics of syntax. Okay, so the other part we have to see is syntax. So I'll use simple terms. Can anyone tell me in the chat box? Can anyone tell me in the chat box what is a simple syntax? What is necessary in the Java program? Because see, you must have read about C language or C++. Exactly, Harvey. You have to set up JDK before using. No. See, before installing VS Code, it is not required. Okay. I mean, you can install VS Code before also, but JDK is required to run a Java program. That's why. Okay. So JDK is a compiler. VS Code cannot directly compile it. Okay. See, we have simple extensions also, which you can use in VS Code. That is also there, but that will be like large space it will be taking. Okay. We don't want right now. We don't want to cover that much of space. You can simply use JDK. That will be enough, more than enough. Okay. So you can simply use JDK. Afterwards, you can use VS Code, and that's how it's going to work. Okay. So Ivan, that's totally correct. This is class main, public static void main. That's the basic syntax. Okay. It should have a public class. We are going to see what is this public class. It should have a public class, and naming convention is important, right? Let's suppose if I'm writing first, this is the simple code which you can say. Okay, the basic syntax. It should have a class. We are going to see in detail what is this class and function, right? Afterwards, right now just stick with this part. It should have a class. Class is just like a container. It will contain all the methods, all the variables. Simple. Okay. Variables means just like a container which stores a value. Because see, why we are writing program? Why we are even writing program? There should be a reason, right? We are writing program to give the instructions to the computer. Simple. हम लोग क्यों लिखते हैं? Because we want the computer to do some operation. For that, we are writing the code, right? Simple. If you're even adding the two numbers with the code or with the Java or any language, you are giving instruction to the computer. Simple, right? They should have syntax because whatever code is there, it have separate syntax. Let's suppose for the C++ or C language, syntax is different. We don't have the concept of as directly as the concept of class in there, although class is also there in C++, but class is not required to run a C program or C++ program, right? We can directly use main method there. That's how it works in the C, but Java is quite different. We have to use class. Okay, so now stick with me this part. You should have one public class. Inside it, we'll be using one like this. I'll tell you. So here you should have public static. I'll explain this part in the next class. Okay, right now it will take much time. So there is a public void main. Here you have simple, you can say string. ARGS is the arguments. I'll tell you what is this arguments. Right now anything could be written in here in this block. Okay. So this is the operation part where the execution start. So what I'll call it, this is the entry point. Okay, this is the entry point. I'll show you in the VS Code as well. This is the entry point. Simple. Okay. So this is the entry point of the code. Every time you are going to run the code, it will start from this line only. Whatever you have written in between this block or after this block, doesn't matter. It is going to start from here only. So this much of block runs first. Okay. Even if you're calling a method, if you already know about the method, in that case, right? So this is the entry point. This is quite important. Even the freshers, right, who already know about the Java, they might skip this particular line. Okay, this line even contains, this is actually the interview question. Okay, if I tell you, this is even the interview question. We are going to see in the day two, what is this public static void mean? When this is the interview question, this line, you have to explain this line. What does this mean? Okay, so it should have a public class, you should have a main method. One main method is required, it cannot be overridden. Okay, it cannot be loaded at the same time. You cannot have same main method, right? We're going to see all those points. Just for the, this is a simple syntax of the Java, right? Then there is one more term which you have to see is simple variables, right? So if you have already installed, I'll show you that how you're going to run the first program. So before writing a program, we should know few points in the syntax specifically. So we have this term variables and data type. So can anyone tell me what is a variable and data type? Anyone? In Java. Okay, because see, it may differ in different languages. Okay, in general, it is quite same. You can see this is variables and data type are generic everywhere. Obviously, the definition part, because the memory and spaces could be different, right? That I'm going to tell you today. That's important. Okay, so for that, can anyone tell me what is this variable and data type? What is this variable and data type in Java? Anyone in the chat box? Is a container which store values. Exactly, that's correct. What about the data types? What about the data types? What is the data type? Why do you have this term? Why do you have this term? Variable means a container. Exactly, that's totally correct. Okay, what about others? You guys here, right? Just write in the chat box. Variable is a storage. That's totally correct. Correct, Ganesh. Aryan, that's totally correct. Suren, that's totally correct. And what about the data types? What about the data types? Type of data we are going to store. Exactly. So do you guys know about the types of data type? Do we have in Java? Type पता है क्या होता है? कितने type के होते हैं? How many types of data type is there in Java? Simple. Only the upper one, right? Not in depth. Types of data type. See, these are the data types actually. But if I talk about the types, how many categories of data types we have? Shows the type of data. Exactly, that's totally correct. It shows the type of the data we are going to store, right? That's totally correct. So that's the only definition you can say. Variable is just like a container. But see, I'll tell you those who already know about this term, that's totally okay. We are going to see more points about this, right? Simple. So see, in Java particularly, we have the concept of memory space. Okay, there is a concept of garbage collector. That's quite important. We are going to see that. And okay, primitive and non-primitive, that's totally correct. Okay, again, I have few questions, right? So this is like a quiz. Okay, this is like a quiz. I'll ask in the end of class. Just be here. Okay, regarding that primitive and non-primitive only. Okay, don't use Google for this. This is a simple quiz I'm going to ask. So you already know, I guess. I'll tell you what are the variables and data types. So variables are like a container. Let's suppose if I have to store a number, 5 or 4, anything. Okay, so this will be like stored at some memory block, right? Actually, see the main feature you can say even we have in the Java, which I forgot to write in here. Actually, I didn't forgot. I have to write afterwards when I'm going to explain this. So there is a term of garbage collection, right? So this actually means this term is like a garbage collection. We're not taking out the garbage and throwing it away, right? It's not like that. But this is actually the memory allocation part, right? Which is done dynamically, which is also one of the most important topic. And this is actually related with the exception handling as well, quite related with the exception handling. So there is a term of garbage collection, right? This is quite important because garbage collection actually handles all this type in the case of variables and the case of functions. Okay, so we have only 2 points which I have to say right now, which is I hope you already know about the variable, which is obviously thus specify the data type you're going to store. Okay, because variable will contain the name. Okay, with the name it will contain the type also, right? That is the data type. We have to give the data type also. Okay, what type of data we are going to store? Garbage collector, exactly. We are going to see that term afterwards, don't worry for that. Garbage collector in simple क्या करता है is dynamically allocating your memory, because if you're storing 4, it should be consuming one space, right? Obviously for the int it is for this 32-bit, right? 32-bit integer we are storing, so it is going to take that space 4 bytes, right? 4 bytes in Java. So that, I mean, this number is not 4 bytes actually. You can even if you're going to type any number that is also, let's suppose it is 6, so it is going to take 4 bytes only, right? So it is going to take this 4 bytes, that the space it wants, but it is being allocated dynamically with the help of garbage collector, right? Just for now you can just understand this part, remember this point. Garbage collection is responsible for dynamic allocation of memory and functions as well. Okay, so let's suppose if you are have this 6, so you should give a name, right? Just like us have your name, we have a roll number, so this is like a variable which have this unique name for a particular data, right? Let's suppose if you are storing 6, we are giving name A. Okay, plus we have to define a data type as well. Okay, so in general we have two terms which we have to see, is installation and declaration. So anyone can tell me what is the difference between this installation and declaration? What is the difference in Java? What is the difference? What is this term installation and declaration? How it is like being deferred, right? Unused memory gets cleared, and even the memory you are allocating, that's being allocated by the garbage collector only, right? So maybe that's totally correct. Unused memory is going to be cleared automatically, but at the same time it allocates the memory as well, right? That's the concept actually. That's why just don't confuse with the name actually, right? So that name suggests it should be like obviously collecting the garbage and throwing it away, right? Or maybe clearing the memory which is unused, but at the same time it happens to allocate the memory, right? That's a different concept. Right now you should don't go with that part. uh, okay, so can anyone tell me the difference between the installation and declaration? What is the difference? What is the difference क्या होता है इसमें? Installation and declaration. Assign a value to variable installation, that is totally correct. That's correct, Ritik. Okay, so what I have to say in here is, so see, for the variables it is just like C, but see, there is a part we have to give a data type also. Okay, so I'll just type dt, which means data type. So data type will tell you what kind of data you're storing. That's for the data type. Okay, so you already wrote this point. Okay, after the program I'll ask that quiz. Okay, that's a simple question I have to ask regarding the data types. Okay, because you already know about the data types. So see, we have numbers. Okay, we have characters, we have the sentences, we have words. Okay, we have symbols. We have non-derived data types or non-primitive, which is arrays. Okay, and we have hash maps and like so many. Okay, we are going to talk about in depth afterwards in day 2 or day 3. But right now, what is more important? Initialization and declaration, because variable means there is a syntax for the variable as well, right? There is a particular logic also to give a variable name. It cannot be a keyword. That's also there, right? That's what we have to take care of. It cannot be a keyword. That's the predefined words. That's a keyword. Okay. So installation in Java, it is simple. So we have to give the data type. I'll write like this. And afterwards, you have to give the variable name. So I'll write variable name. And this part is nothing but the declaration. This much only. Semicolon is there also. Remember this point, which means end of line, end of particular instruction. Simple. So this is the simple declaration. You can call it as a syntax of this variable name as well. How you are giving or defining a variable name. So this is a simple syntax. It is declaration. But what is this installation? Okay, you guys already told me. Okay, I have got this point, which is if we are, let's suppose I'm going to stick with the actual code. Let's suppose I'm using int. I'll tell you what is this int. Int a, or I'll say num, is equals to 6. Okay, which means right now we have initialized. Okay, sorry. Not this point. Till semicolon, right? Till semicolon. Actually, I'm used to write initializing at the same time. So this is the declaration part. Int is the data type. Num is the variable name. Simple. And we are simply declaring the variable num. It doesn't have any value. Okay, it doesn't have any value. But again, just like in Java, we have a concept of by default value, right? The garbage value, which will contain 0 by default. Okay, how it is taking that? Again, the concept of garbage collector, right? It allocates the memory by default, gives the value as well. Okay, So for the int, it's 0. For the string, it's empty string, and all those points. Okay. The main point in here is regarding the variable names. How it is this space is allocating? Let's suppose if I write num equals to 4. So this is the installation part, or 6, anything. If I'm writing like this is nothing but the installation. You can do the same in the single line as well. You can do the installation declaration in the same line. That's possible. That's also possible. But this is the 2 points: declaration, installation, regarding the variable and data type. Data type, you already know we have 2 types of data type, right? So you are going to talk about that memory part. See, right now just stick with this because we don't have right now much time. So there is a concept of stack and heap, which is the internal working, how the memory gets allocated for the variable name and the functions. See, this point I'm going to tell you in the day 2 when we are going to see with the functions and methods, because right now we don't have much time left. So see, I'm not going to ask the questions on this part. Stack and heap is important point. Just I'm going to start it. We are going to see this in the day 2 because in the methods also this is required. So stack and heap is kind of memory, types of memory in Java. So right now, just remember this point. For any memory or any data you are storing, it is obviously going to the stack or heap. That we are going to learn how it is going. So if we have number 4, it should be going to stack or heap. That we have to see, right? So we are going to see in the day 2 right now. Okay. So for the data type, I hope you got the this point. Anyone have any doubt in this? Koi doubt इसमें? Anyone? For the installation and declaration, that's quite easy. Installation and declaration is quite easy. We are going to see with the code. Don't worry, right? We're going to write the code. So one more part is data types. Okay. So this is again simple because if you see in the real world, because Java is obviously the real world language. Okay. Everything related to the real world is there. That's Soap's concept. But in the data types, I mean, I'll talk the mathematics, or you can say uh, simple language, right? So data types, you have 2 types, which is obviously the primitive, and we have non-primitive, or I'll say derived. Okay, this is also the term. So derived. So primitive means simple, the numbers which is already the predefined, the strings or numbers or boolean, many are there, right? I hope you know this point. So primitive will contain integers, characters. Okay, I'm just remove this, just mark this word. Integers, characters, booleans, and we have what do we have? We have byte. Okay, we have this byte also. There is a term byte. Then we have a long. Okay, so actually long and integer have difference. The 32-bit and 64-bit. We are going to see that afterwards. We are going to write a program. So primitive and derived, 2 data types we have. Integer derived means the data type which derives from primitive. If I give a simple example, which is nothing but the array. Okay. So array is a primitive data type. Oh, sorry, that derived data type. Because array is going to be either array of integers, array of string, array of let's suppose any other derived class name. Okay, because even integer is a class. We can have the class of user defined as well, because we can have this class, let's suppose school, right? It can have even separated data types inside it. So array can have the array of school as well. Okay, that's also possible. That's a different thing actually. That's in the advanced Java. Don't worry about that. But in general, it is going to be derived from this only, right? That's why I was saying. So see, in simple, what do we have to do? We have to simply, this is the syntax, this part and this part. So we are going to use this much syntax, which is the basic in Java program. And we are going to write a simple program to obviously store a number and get the output, right? Before that, yeah, we have this float and double as well. Exactly. Sorry if I got that. So we have this float, we have this double. Okay, everything is primitive data type. Derived, one example is array. We have array list, we have maps, set, many more, right? We have this trees, you can say the linked list and all those things, right? That's a derived data type. So right now, don't go through that part. In simple, just understand there is 2 type of category is there in data type, primitive and derived. One question or the quiz which I have for you guys is, if you already know about the data types, even if you didn't know, you know right now. So the numbers are coming into the integer part, int, and int will have only the integer. Double or float will have the floating points, I mean the decimal values. Then we have this character and string, right? So this question for the quiz is simple, quite simple. Tell me this part. What is a string first? Okay, what is this string? And in which category it is going to come? Is it primitive data type I'll write P, or it is a derived, or you can say non-primitive. So it is a primitive data type or derived data type. Tell me this point. And before that, tell me what is a string, right? String is also one of the data type we have. So what is this string? And tell me the category which is it's going to lie. Okay, I'll write it in a clear way. So a string is primitive or derived. This is the quiz we have. Okay. Right now we are going to stick with the code, simple code. Okay, this much topic we had to cover. We are going to talk about the memory part, which is more important. Okay, that's more important. Anything with a double code is a string. It's primitive. It's primitive. Okay, okay. So we got two answers for the primitive. We got one for the non-primitive. Usually three. We got three. Derived. Okay, okay. Derived. Okay. So just for the curiosity, right? I'll tell you the reason tomorrow because we don't have much time left. But you can just search for it. Okay. So if you understand the derived definition, it means deriving from the primitive data types, right? String is nothing but the character of literals, right? The sequence of characters. So if you can just see that part, you'll able to understand what is the answer, right? But I'm getting different answer, right? Primitive and this derived. So I'll tell you the reason afterwards. Let's go to write the code first. Okay. So I hope you are able to see the VS code. Is my VS code is visible? We don't have much time left. I'll not be taking much time. Okay, so we are getting different answers, primitive and derived. I'm going to tell that answer tomorrow, right? Don't worry. But just mark that definition. Mark the definition of primitive and derived. You will get the answer. That's quite easy. String is also a class in Java. Exactly. String is also a class in Java. But can you say it is a primitive? I'll tell you that. I'll tell that right afterwards. There is a kind of exception you can say. Okay, because again there is a kind of conflict. But this is string is a class, right? String is a class, but it is going to be primitive or derived. That's my question. I'm going to tell the answer afterwards. If you can see my VS code. Okay, we don't have right now we don't have much time left. I'll just start with the code. Okay, so this much is the syntax. Class main, we have function main. Okay, so I have this file, I have this class as well. Okay, so if you are doing with the VS code, we have this two extensions, right? So I'm going to simply click on run. My code is going to run, right? I'll see the answer. Okay, so I'm getting different responses, right? String is a known as group of characters. Exactly. Okay, so I'll tell you the answer afterwards. In here, what do we have to do? We have to write simple. Let's suppose the same syntax, int a equals to 4 and int b is equals to 5. Simple. Again, remember this point, we cannot store the string into the integer. Not possible. You cannot you can actually store the integer into string. That's possible because implicit typecasting happens. Okay, so there are certain I'll not say exceptions, but few key points you have to remember, because 4 is nothing but a string, a character. Okay, 4 is nothing but a character, so it can be stored in a string. But that 4, that string character with the double quotes, okay, it cannot be stored into the integer or double or anything. Remember this point. Okay, so I'm getting this derived. String is a derived data type. Okay. Okay, I'll tell you the answer afterwards. Just stick with this point. I hope you are able to see my VS code. Right, we are going to run this code. We have already set up the JDK and VS code, the steps I told you. So what I'm going to write, I'll write sys out and simply what I'll say in here, a plus b. Okay, and plus this is the sum of a plus b. Okay, what I have to do, I have to simply click on this run. We have this debug option. We are going to see what is this debug. You'll see 9. Okay, actually I have to pass this afterwards. That will be better option. Okay, save the file. What we have to do, you have to simply click on this run. Don't worry about that dot class. That is a different part. If you can see on my screen, we have this sum of a plus b, that is 45, right? So we are running the Java program in main, in the VS code. We have this class with the main. It can be anything. Okay, it can be anything. Remember one more point: the class name and this file name should be same. Try to use the first letter capital. Okay, because that's the usual convention in the Java. Main method should be there. I'll explain this part again when we're going to see the methods. Don't worry. Simple syntax, we have used variables. Same installation and declaration done in the same line. This is also possible. We are simply running the sum of numbers. You can make it in the brackets if you want. It's being confusing. right? Run the file, you'll see sum of a plus b is 9. Simple. Okay, so one more thing before going. Okay, I hope you got the point. Anyone have any doubt in this? This is simple code which you have to write. Okay, remember this part. Okay, so in here I'll explain this part again for the program. This is for the 3 days boot camp. Remember, the progress bar should be 50% to get the certificate. Attendance is required. You have to mark the attendance from here. If you can see the screen, okay, for the day one you have this button. You have to enroll in first. Again, there are certain this numbers, right? You can give accordingly whatever you learned in here. Just give it correct. Okay, yeah, sum is 9. That's correct. So give the rating accordingly, whatever you got. Just be honest. Give the suggestions as well if you have any, and try to choose any program, right? Whatever you are interested in, Java DSA, full stack web development. Submit the attendance. That's how it's going to work. Simply let's suppose click on it, submit your attendance, right? And like this, it is submitted. So attendance is marked. Simple. And in here you can refer this also, this bootcamp, and refer the DSA bootcamp, actually that DSA session which is going to happen, which is for the 3 and 4 months. Okay, so you can refer, you can earn the this LU coins. Even for if you are referring to this programs, right, then also you're going to get the LU coins. Remember, okay, we have this Java DSA program. Okay, so that's also because we have this 4 year, right, that program also, which you can see because you got that link in the starting. All the link is there in the description. Okay, make sure you are subscribing to the channel, share with your friends. Okay, if you like just like all the topic which I have told you, right, remember to like the video as well, and make sure you share with the friends. Okay, yeah, I'll tell you that answer tomorrow. Okay, just go through that definition. Obviously you're going to get the answers, but I'll tell you afterwards the reason tomorrow. And you are getting the links right in the this description and this chat. Make sure you can share this B.Tech computer science program, right, to get this 8 LPA job. This is the average you can get and the minimum. Okay, so you can share this, and this session should go at least 2 hours for 3 days. See, it can, right, it can, but right now we have to stick with the topics. Yeah, see, it is possible. Actually, I have to talk to the team. Don't worry. But make sure whatever I have told, make sure to mark the attendance. Share the video, right? Subscribe to channel, like the video. Okay, if you like, just like and subscribe. Share with the friends. If you are referring to your friends, right, that boot camp and this Java computer science program, you'll get this job guarantee as well, right? With the 8 LPA, that's minimum. And they will be getting all the perks. You can even get the chance to buy a MacBook or 80,000. Okay. Thank you, Ritik. Uh, ठीक है. See, I'll talk about this. Okay, right now it's going to be mostly this 1 hour. Okay, we have some time constant, but definitely this session I'll ask if it's going to be for 2 hours or not. Okay. Uh, right now we have, it should be like, see what we are going to cover. That's simple basic. Even 2 hours, nothing is going to be happen big, but I'll try to explain the topic whatever. If it's little only, we are going for the few topics, but still you're going to learn everything, okay, related to the topic. That's basic. Okay, that's basic, nothing different. I hope you got the point. Okay, I hope you got the point. Yeah, so any doubts anyone have? Quiz answer I'll tell you. Okay, thank you. So if you are make sure you're subscribing to channel, right? Just share with your friends. If you like the session, they should also join, right? If you are there starting for the just basic TSA. Okay, I hope you got all the points. Referral is there. If you have any doubt, you can join the Telegram or WhatsApp group. Thanks. Any doubts for time? Okay, I'll ask for the time. Don't worry. Okay, I'll ask for the time. Any doubts? Any doubts? किसी को कोई doubt है, you can ask. ठीक है. Quiz वाला आंसर I'll tell you again. आप if you go for the definition, you'll obviously understand. ठीक है, उसमें कोई separate concept नहीं है. ठीक है. One more thing which I have to tell. Yeah, for the quiz I'll tell you tomorrow the answer part, and I'll talk about the time. Okay, don't worry. Any doubts? Anyone have any doubts? Okay, anyone have any doubts? I can instead time can ठीक है. अच्छा ठीक है, increase the days. That's possible, I guess. I mean, if it's possible, I'm going to definitely ask. Don't worry. Okay, ठीक है. So see, mark the attendance. 50% criteria is there for the certificate. Make sure you are passing that, right? So I hope you enjoyed the session. Okay, good to see you all. just try to revise the points which I've told you. Okay, you can just go on the web, and even you can just go on the site, you'll get all the notifications and all those things. Okay, I'll try to give the notes if possible after this third day or at the end of that third day. Okay, so okay, see you guys then tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the session, right? Thank you. That's very good. Try to get the points what I have told. Try to revise it. Okay. At the same time, you can write as well, right? If you are writing this onto by yourself, it'll be more good. Okay. Write the code as well. Okay. We are going to write the code from the day two. Don't worry. We are going to directly write the code from the day two. Okay. So I hope
Hey,
you
hi
enjoyed the
everyone. So
session.
my name is
Yeah.
Sai Kiran and I'm the founder and CEO of LetsUpgrade, and I'm having some amazing news for every one of you. LetsUpgrade, in collaboration with ITM Skills University, is launching the first B.Tech CSE program that we love to share with you all guys. 6 features. Number 1, 100% job guarantee to all the students joining this particular program with minimum 8 LPA. Number 2, 1 year paid internship in product/MNC companies. Number 3, taught by real developers working in the industry in top companies. Number 4, amazing campus, a campus which is like we work in Mumbai that we are building for you all guys. Number 5, build lots of projects which are like real world applications, highly scalable applications from Hotstar to Zoom to your own Zomato. Number 6, you are gonna love the community collaborations that we guys have done. We are collaborating with 13 plus tech communities to give you the same environment what IITs and NITs have. Meet lots of industry people, participate in hackathons and meetups to understand what is running in the industry. These are the 6 features which we have. You can check out the program on our website, that is isu.ac.in. Check out B.Tech there, you will find it. That's it guys, bye bye.